The PA Empowerment Network is a game changer, uniting individuals with shared goals to support and uplift each other, providing resources, mentorship, and a sense of community. Empowering people means giving them the tools and confidence to thrive and create positive change in their lives and communities.
Well, good evening, and welcome to the Empowerment Show. My name is Kendall Stevenson. I'm the host of the show. We got a lot of things to unpack this evening. We were listening to Trump the other day when he decided he wanted to tell us about the affordability and how that was some sort of what do you call it, democratic hope. I just wondered if accountability. So that must be the Republicans' hope. Anyway, I got a brother down here from DC. We had him on once before. His name is Dr. Charles. But in the beginning of every show, we like to show that we are grateful for something. So let me see. What am I grateful for today? Um, Again, always grateful to wake up in the morning. Always grateful for my family and friends. And again, I'm grateful to have a roof over my head and a warm bed to sleep in. So, with all that being said, we're going to get it on the road. Let me introduce you to Mr. Dr. Charles B. Jr. How you doing, Mr. Brown?
Hi, Kendall. How you doing? I'm doing good.
All right, doing pretty well. As a matter of fact, life is always life keeps on life, and
This is
one
true.
thing they say about life is that life never, never, ever how much you want it to, or even slow down a little bit. So how's things down there in Washington D.C. down in there? What do you call it? The district is what you like.
Yeah, it's still a cluster. I've never seen such a cluster of things in so many different directions and everything. Where even the basic local politics in government now is in a uproar about what it's gonna look like in 2026. We have our mayor that she said she's not seeking reelection. Mayor Muriel Bowser. We have some council members that are stepping down. The chief of police herself handed in her resignation. So there's a lot of moving parts that are going on down here because of the situation with the extra National Guardsmen that are now in the district, and the uncertainty of what DC is going to look like, for the next 3 years. Um, it looks bleak.
That's safe for brother.
A lot of things when it comes to the finances, a lot of times the math, as they say, isn't mathing when it comes to the government funding for different programs that pretty much makes the city run. Uh, so it's like people. It's just the fear of the uncertainties. Now, just 2 days ago at the National Cathedral, they had two governors from both sides of the aisle. One was from, I believe he was from Iowa, out west, and the other one was local governor. One was Democrat, one was Republican, and just hashing out in a huge audience, which was standing room only, which was a town hall, about settling the differences between the parties and what's it going to look like and how we can get out of the situation we're in, because it's really, really getting heated that people are starting to fear for possible um, ways of turning out to be a civil war.
Yeah, it seems like they're trying to start a civil war. I think we talked about that one time ago. Is that we believe that they may be trying to start a damn civil war, especially with these white supremacists. Can you hear me? Am I good?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you. Yes.
Okay, very good. Okay, outstanding.
Mhm.
Yeah, we were talking again about the National Guard. I like to kind of not go off too much off track, but
Mhm.
they were saying that the battle, they're still going through this legal battle in the courts because the federal judges, they ordered them to, you got to leave, you got to be out, you're here illegally.
Yes.
While it's still in appeals, so the appeal is allowing them to stay.
Yes, it is. But here's
And,
the
and
thing
they're
with
talking about
people
bringing more. Right.
living in the district itself, They strategically have placed the National Guard. There was a time they were just minding a lot of the federal museums, different things like that. But now it's like it's overkill. And the police are still doing their job. MPD, Metropolitan Police Department, they're still doing what they're supposed to do. But the only time you see the activity when it comes to the National Guards is when they are accompanying ICE, the FBI, and stuff with immigrations. And then they also want to um, get the MPD, the Metropolitan Police Department, to help them in that situation. So that's bringing a big wedge with the citizens of the district, with their own police department, and the things that are going on. So it's really a lot of confusion on who is really, administering law and how to protect, people that are here legally, that, without them going through the harassment, because DC has always been a sovereign, well, it's not a state, but it's always been a area, a city of sovereignty, until you get, your papers, your visas and all that stuff, together. But now it's making it so bad that people can't get the proper child care that they need, because a lot of the child care workers are scared to come to work because of ICE harassment. So it's a lot of confusion and upheaval on so many levels in the district right now, and I'm sure around the country when it comes to a lot of these situations. Now, with the National Guard situation, with the shooting around this past holiday, when I heard about it, when I was in NYC, I really wasn't surprised, because before the holiday came, every morning when I went to work in the school playgrounds, these National Guards would be sitting there either just eating donuts, breakfast or something, but they just sit around. And then when I come home around 4:30, 5 o'clock, they're still sitting there. So if they're not really doing anything, it's like a waste of time. They're really a sitting target. And I think it's a waste of taxpayers' money. And they are just here. They're just here. And I don't feel any safer. I don't feel, I just think it's overkill. I really do. I really felt that MPD was doing their job. A matter of fact, we had less of the crime wave that we've seen in the past, couple of years, since the pandemic, before the pandemic and stuff. So it was coming down. But having this extra law enforcement, but which they really aren't enforcing the law, they're just standing there, standing around on the corner. I really don't see what's going on. But when you have the rhetoric and the propaganda that's going on the media, it's bringing a lot of the lone wolves from different states to come and do what they do, and what happened on Thanksgiving.
So you think you got a lot of people come from outside of the district and they're coming in causing troubles?
Yes. Oh, yes. Even when they have a lot of the rallies on the weekends. Now that's a thing too. In the district, every weekend since this administration got into office, there has been either protesting or rallies that have detoured traffic coming into the district, going out towards Virginia. It has just been crazy. And I mean, it's been every weekend. If it ain't for the women's, their issues, LGBTQ, African-American stuff, Native American immigrants and stuff, it's a lot that's going on. Even when it comes to the education, and now with the problems with the vaccinating the kids and stuff, it's been really crazy every week. It's made it so bad that it makes it bad for tourism, because even if you're a tourist and you want to come in, you might get caught up in some of the marching. It's really something. It's really something to see. And I really think that the powers that be that are on Capitol Hill, the ones that are in the local governments and stuff, somebody needs to say enough is enough. We need to pull this together, because I don't know why Nobody's checking this situation with this administration. Now, of course, it's the inquiry about the bombing of the boat. About this Venezuelan boat and stuff, killing innocent people.
Just
You
hold the
know.
camera down for me, baby. Hold your camera down so you can be
Oh,
seen.
okay. Oh,
Yeah,
there we
there
go.
you go.
Yeah. Killing the innocent people that were on the boat, about the second strike. That type of stuff. So at this point, um, we have to look at what's going on. This is some serious stuff, because America now could be, charged with a war crime, because where's the proof that there were drugs on this boat? What is the data that came in, the correspondence for them to make the strike? And then my biggest question is, when you have boats coming into the waters of the United States, what about the Coast Guard? That's what they're supposed to be doing. So I'm not sure what's going on there, because even now with the armed forces and things to that nature, there's some overlapping and stuff. It's a lot of confusion, and it just doesn't look good. And it's some real serious warning signs about that.
Well, when it came to the boating situation, as far as the guys being the guy went out there and he killed the other, they want to call it murder. I call it murder too. Some people may call it a war crime, but I think I think you got to be at war in order to
Yeah.
commit war crimes. If you're just taking lives and you're just taking them randomly, because it just seems to be randomly. If you got a boat and you're riding around, they seems like they're gonna blow you out of the water because they assume that you have drugs, instead of going through any other process as like utilizing the resources that we have. I don't know, like the National Guard, like they're using them, like the Coast Guard. What do we have a Coast Guard for if they're not going to be able to pull these
Do
guys
their
over
job. That's
and
their
check the
job.
boat?
That's their job, Kendall. That's why we have the Coast Guard. That's why they're in a separate situation with the armed forces. They're supposed to guard our waters and things. So why are we overstepping them? You know, um,
I said the other day, I did a little research on on the Coast Guard. It turns out that 75 to 80% of the people that they actually pull over have nothing at all.
yes.
Yeah, yeah. So why is it that why is this guy? I tell you why he's dropping bombs on there, because he's trying to save his ass the same way he did trying to get into this administration. He had to become president, because if he didn't become president, he would have walked away in the iron chains. He would be sitting behind iron bars. So now he's almost back into that situation again, because once his administration is over, they're gonna go after him, and all the people that are down with him, Pam Bondi, Cash Patel, all of them people, they're gonna be going after all of them, and especially Kennedy. You're talking about the vaccinations. There's Kennedy. He is not a medical person.
No, he's not.
He's
not.
He never studied medicine or anything. I think he was a part of a law. He was law or something like that. But
all the
never
Kennedy,
studied medicine. And yet he can turn around and give people advice, telling when their children not to take something that's been saving lives now. Okay, those vaccine shots have been saving lives. I remember me as a kid, we had to take the measles, the mumps, all of that good stuff, right?
Yes.
And here it is. It turns out, if you had happened to had chicken pox, that now that you can get the shingles.
Yes.
So those people that weren't vaccinated, now here it comes back to bite them in the ass.
Yeah. Pretty much. Yes.
Pretty much.
Yes.
As far as the National Guard, are they out there? You said that they're going side by side with the ICE people. So is there still a lot of ICE activity going on out there? They still snatching people out of the streets and all the craziness?
At this point, Kendall, what I have seen so far, they have cooled their jets in some parts of the district. I think mostly they have started going on the outskirts to PG County, parts of Maryland, but I have seen where they set up checkpoints now coming into certain parts of the district. So you never know when you're going to come through a checkpoint, X for ID, that type of stuff. If you're driving into the city, coming out of Maryland, coming out of Virginia. So they do it strategically, but it hasn't been to the fervor, the heat that it was at the beginning. So it's like a hit and miss situation, but it's still there. I know Virginia has become very active in trying to deter a lot of the activity that they're doing that they feel is unconstitutional, and it probably is unconstitutional. And so it's a lot of pushback now that I'm seeing that wasn't there at the beginning, but now I'm seeing that it's starting to hurt in various areas of economy, with the economy, such as, like I said, with childcare, a lot with the farming, getting, the stuff ready for the orchards, the wineries, different things, construction, a lot of the day
the
work.
prices and all that stuff is going to go up. It was funny. So Trump came out to Pennsylvania yesterday, and a lot of the stuff that he was saying was actually, he was lying about quite a few things. Like he said, well, the prices are going down. Yeah, the price of gas may have went down, but the price of orange juice went up. The price of eggs went up. The price of everything else went up.
Yes.
And he was talking about as far as the salary is concerned. I don't know. I don't see where people are making more money now than what they were making last year. And if they are, then it's still not meeting the, what do you call, cost of living.
Right.
As far as inflation. And inflation, he was talking about inflation, right? I love this. If you do your research, right? Last year, inflation was at 4.0. Right? You know where it's at now?
Where's it at now?
4.4. 4.4. So you have more people unemployed than you did last year. And the way he's been firing people, man, come on. I mean, he's been firing. How many African American women lost their jobs because of him? And then to get rid of people, they started talking about this DEI. People don't even know what the hell the acronym is. They just go, well, yeah, it's DEI. And it almost gives white people the right to say, well, we're not going to hire you because you're black, and if we do hire you, then we don't want to get caught up in this quota. Instead of saying, I want to hire the best person for the job.
Right.
Instead of being a part of the white race, the black race, but being a part of the human race. You
right. Exactly. Yes.
Say, I want the best person for the job, because that's this president doesn't want that. He was still talking about he didn't want to have people come from the S-hole countries, that we should have people come from Norway and from Sweden. And then he brought the South Africans in. Yeah, the white South Africans. That's who he brought here. And he giving them all kind of breaks. Kind of breaks. They start talking about some damn genocide. Well, so now he want to go to war in Africa against the Nigerians. You did? He wants to go after, giving money to Argentina, going to war against Venezuela. Oh, hold on now. Guess what else went up? Price of beef. The price of beef went up.
Oh, yes.
18%. So you know what he's telling you to do? He's telling you we should go buy our beef from the Argentina. We go buy our beef from Argentina. Okay? I mean, look, we already lost that soybean industry here. That's I don't know, man. Our biggest people that we sold to was China.
Yes.
Okay. China said, the hell with you. Guess where China's buying their stuff from?
Where are they getting their stuff?
Argentina.
Wow. See,
the people that we just gave $40 billion to.
Yes, and gave less of that when it comes to trying to bail out people here in the United States right now.
You're not trying to bail out people here. It's all smoke and mirrors, man.
Yes.
Yesterday he came and he's giving the money to the farmers to supplement them some kind of way. Maybe somebody made a big complaint about it, so they said, well, we need to give them a little piece of the crumb. But look at all the money that they done took, man.
Yes.
All the people that got fired, where's that money at?
Right.
Being paid out for their salaries. We just went through a big shutdown, right? Where's that money at that wasn't being paid out? Where's the money?
Yes.
Okay. So like I always say that people may say I'm wrong, whatever. I call them the Trump crime family, because that's what they are, man. Look, the doing stuff illegally. He's doing stuff illegally. He's making so much money in that seat
Yes.
as the president.
Hmm.
People are just handing him. He's not supposed to be making that kind of money off the presidency, and he did it the first time around with the hotels. He had the CIA agents staying in the hotels, his hotels.
Yes.
So now they had to pay him to stay in their hotel. Come on, man. You're supposed to sign all that stuff over to your kids or somebody else. You're not supposed to be making money like that. So the way it's working out now for us is that you look around in this administration, it's like they're kings, they're queens, they're lords, and all of us are servants.
Yeah.
Instead of it being he's a politician, you serve the people. I don't give a damn if you black, white, Republican, Democrat, whatever you are. Once you're in that seat, it's your job to serve the people.
Yes.
All of the people. So this man, he's talking about, well, you're in a blue state, we're not gonna fund you. We're not gonna give you money.
Yes. But you see, one thing about America's government that has been passed down from generations is that we always had checks and balances. And what makes it scary is that the checks and balances now are not checking. They're not balancing, the scales here in this country. When you have the Supreme Court agreeing with him, even though it's wrong, it needs to be more, having a moral compass to a lot of the stuff that he is trying to do that is really way in left field. And they're saying, okay, yeah, we could try that. That's scary. When it comes to Capitol Hill, just, rubber stamping everything he wants to do. And it's a shame that the Democrats have not given them the heat like they gave the Democrats when they had the House, when the Republicans gave them the heat and they were the minority. It never balances out. We need to have some strong say with leadership that needs to, start holding each other accountable for the way this country's going right now. It's supposed to be.
I can tell you like this. I tell you like this. There's a lot of things that we need to get rid of as far as within our political systems. Such things as lobbyists.
Yes.
We got to take money out of it. Then we got to take religion out of it.
Yes.
No,
that's
really,
the
they have
thing.
to take religion out of it because there's too many laws that are made based on someone's morality, as far as their religious morality.
Right.
Okay. And you know me with that Christian thing. I mean, they call the Ku Klux Klan the Christian Knights, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, the Christian Knights of the Ku Klux Klan, and believe it or not, they get tax exempt. Okay.
Wow. See, I didn't even know that. I didn't know that.
So we can't use religion to base out how we're gonna. We got too many different people in this country of different colors, of different nationalities, of different religions. So, we have to be able to create an impartial government, the one that's actually give a damn about the people. But we live in a society and a government that will tell you we're pro-life. I love when they say pro-life. So here it is when you're pro-life. To me, that just means you're anti-abortion. You're against abortion. Because if you're pro-life, when that baby is born, you're not going to have a issue with them receiving SNAP programs. Right. You're not going to have an issue with them receiving the resources that they need in order for them to grow. Some food, housing, shelter, education. These are all the tools that a child is going to need to grow. On the other hand, we got the same country that we live into. Once a person becomes an elderly, they really don't give a damn about you.
Yes.
I mean, look. Look, I'm an elderly. Why should I still be paying? Why should I still be paying property taxes? I don't have a job. I don't have an income coming in, but yet my property taxes they do go up.
Yes.
So that's
and not to mention. Case in point too, even with Medicare, you're a senior. Why do you still have to pay premiums and all that, stuff that you paid into for your life, working and everything? Why do you have to still pay some type of premium for something that really should be given to you since as many years you put in for work and retired and everything? I never understood the Medicare thing.
because this country is one of the only civilized countries that don't believe that healthcare is a right or should be a right. Because honestly, we should have universal healthcare.
Yes, yes.
All the other, pretty much all the other civilized countries that I know have universal healthcare.
And it works. It works.
We give trillions or billions of dollars every year to Israel, right? We give this money to them for them to help out their country and keep them moving. Their kids don't pay to go to school. Their kids, they have universal health care. So why can't we use that money here for our education? Because they keep saying that they have to defund and take money away from education. We got to start the charter schools, going through all of this issue about education. The education system here sucks. They're ready to throw out the baby and the bathwater instead of fixing the damn thing.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
And the same thing with the medical. They thought, well, let's get rid of Obamacare, which is actually the Affordable Care Act. Okay, this is the Obamacare Act because he was the one that actually got it put through. Not that people don't do research, but that bill has been gone from president to president to president. There's been a couple of presidents that had to try to get this bill to push through. It didn't work. Obama got it through, so now they call it Obamacare. But honestly, we should have universal health care. As much as we pay in the taxes, and especially we pay into health care. We got to pay the FICA. We got to pay half the medical for when you go there. You got to make a co-payment. You got to make payments to an insurance company. So we're paying. Jesus, I mean, give us a break. Because rich people, they get a break all the time. Where's our break? When are we, the American people, when are we going to get a break? Yes. And I would love to have, again, universal health care. That would help me out a whole lot, man. That I wouldn't have to pay all these medical bills.
Yes, you and me both.
This country, and if you get sick in this country, even with the health insurance, you're still gonna come out of pocket.
Yes. Yep. That's what. Yep. Exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
And this is what we do here on this station, is that we try to speak truth to power as much as we can. You know, when somebody looks at me and tells me that it's all about affordability, and the affordability, he says it's nothing but a hoax, it's a joke. My thing is, again, like I was telling you, accountability.
Yes.
That must be the Republican hoax. Accountability. Okay. Because they don't want to be accountable for anything. As much as Trump messed up in the first cycle with him in office, and people, for some other reason, maybe they got a lapse of memory, maybe he's a good grifter, so he does it really well, so much that people don't see what he's doing. Because if they actually look what he's doing, the highest deficit we had in this country is when he was in office the first time.
Yes.
The longest shutdown that we had in this country was when he was in office.
Yes.
Okay? We started getting inflation, and then he started putting it under the what did we have? We had the sickness going on. He started putting it under under the pandemic. Everything was COVID, pandemic. Okay, but behind the shadows, he was putting those tariffs in and raising prices on everything, and that's why inflation started going up. Well, all he had to do was give you a little stimulus check.
Yes.
All he had to do was turn around and say, you know, she's not really black. Is she really black? That's all he had to do.
Yeah, now he is going after the citizen, natural citizenship and all that stuff. So that's going to be interesting. That's going to be an interesting fight for next year as well.
I guess he'll be locking himself up then, or deporting himself.
Yeah.
Okay. Because his ancestry is from Germany.
But I got one even better. What about the East Wing that's still a hole in the wall?
Well, you know, they keep saying that they have donations and donors that are actually going to come in, and they're supposed to be building up this big ballroom that's 90,000 square feet ballroom. They're saying it's not supposed to be coming out of taxpayers' dollars. I believe that is about as much as I believe that the Mexicans are going to pay for the wall.
Yes. But right now it's a cease and desist. So they have nothing but half the East Wing gone. There's no construction going on. He damaged the White House. And everybody's okay with it.
Well, you know, there's nuances to it, because every president pretty much has been in office has been able to alter the White House in certain ways. Like when Obama was in, he put in basketball courts and stuff like that. even Roosevelt's the wife of Roosevelt, she Eleanor, the stuff that she did while she was in there, and
Mhm.
she used to pretty much used the East Wing as that was her space, and
Mhm.
she designed it and fixed it up as her space. That was her working space. So, yeah, and the presidents, each one of them, they do have the right to alter the way the White House looks. But I mean, he's going to the extreme.
Yeah,
No one
he
has
did
ever gone to the
structural
extreme.
he did structural damage without even getting you know people to look at that, surveyors and stuff. They just went. That's why they got the cease and desist, because nobody looked at these plans. Or you can't make this stuff up.
Come on,
Nobody
man.
looked at
But you
plans.
know how this man, and this man is a lot of smoke and mirrors, man.
Yes,
You know, he got you too busy looking at this hand, but he's doing other things in this hand that you can't see. See?
yes,
Yeah, he's doing a lot of things. And as far as with the you were talking about the checks and balances, he fired everybody
yeah. That's
that was
true too.
that was gonna actually check him. He
Hmm.
fired everybody. You know, and
This
even
is
the guy
true.
that was the predecessor to the Admiral Bradley, his predecessor resigned, was a brother. As he said, he knew
Yeah.
what was coming down the line. He saw what was coming down the pipe here. Okay, especially with this admiral. Look, Pete Hegseth. He's got to be the one to take it all,
Hmm.
take all of the brunt of it. Because I don't believe that admiral just pulled that trigger. You were in the service. I was in the service. You got to get orders, man.
Yes,
Okay.
you do. But you know
Okay.
what, Kendall? I was saying this with some of my coworkers. This is not the first time we have been down this road with the Republican Party. It
Mm.
happened. It happened back when they were going after Saddam Hussein,
Oh,
when they said he had weapons of mass destruction. There were no weapons. Colin Powell got out in time, and we went to war with Iraq, and there was nothing there. We toppled a government that still is trying to revive itself and still hasn't been right, behind falsehoods about weapons of mass destruction, which he did not have.
don't worry about it, man. We got Donald Trump, and he's gonna stop all the wars. Okay, it's gonna be
Yes,
no more wars. Okay, because look at all of the wars that he's already stopped. Okay,
or starting.
yeah, and he wants to. Somebody wants to give him a Nobel Peace Prize, right? Get out of here,
Hmm.
man. So since he's not going to get one from the world, right? So I guess his minions, they decided to make up something for him that looks like a peace prize, and they're giving it to him. But get out of here, man! Come on,
Yes, yes.
you
Not to mention now he's taking over the Kennedy Center. He wants to be part of that too. First president to host the honorees award at the Kennedy Center.
He's involved in too much, man, but he's not taking care of the people in the country. And that's pretty much what it goes down to me. I don't care what anybody says. He can sit there and tell me how well the country is doing. Okay, I'm going to believe my lying eyes. That's what
Yes,
I'm going to believe. When
yes.
I go ahead to the supermarket and I see how much things cost me, I'm going to believe what I see, not what this
Mhm.
man said. All right.
Yes,
What
yes,
I can see, nah, man, he's not doing anything but blaming everything on someone else.
yes.
Every time he'd open his mouth and there's something that went wrong, oh, it was Biden.
Yeah,
He's still blaming Obama for shit, man.
yeah. I know, I know. Yes,
How
yes.
long has Obama been out of office, man? Come on,
Now at least good 10 years.
come on, give it a rest, man.
Hmm.
Like I said, accountability is not something that they do, especially him. His
Yes,
ego is so big that he's in such denial. Everything is great, great, great.
yep.
Everything is wonderful. Everything is the best, the biggest, the brightest. You've never seen it before. Okay. But you notice they start talking about that, but they stopped talking about the Epstein's file, didn't they?
Oh, but that's still going on. You
Oh,
know, they're still keeping that alive over in Europe right now. But you know, I didn't know that Jeffrey, Virginia, the girl. I didn't know she took her own life this year.
hmm.
You know, the one who blew the whistle, but you know,
Yeah.
that slept with Andrew, uh Windsor Mountbatten. You know,
Well,
I,
I really wish that they would actually release it unredacted.
yes, everybody's
Okay.
saying that. Yes, yes.
Because from what I can say, I said it before when we first started talking about it on this network. I
Mhm.
believe they'll put it out, but anything that has his name on it will be redacted. You won't see it.
Yes.
So if you
Yep.
don't see it, it won't make any difference. But to
Right.
me, the fact should be proof enough. Just the fact that they would be willing to redact it.
Yes. And that's what Marjorie Green was going after.
Mhm.
Now he calls her a traitor.
Yeah, no, he calls her Trader Brown. He says, "You know what happened to grass? Grass turns brown." So now they call her Trader Brown.
Yes.
Look,
But
look,
you
Marjorie
know,
Taylor. I'm gonna tell you something about her. She was a diehard Trump woman. She was all about Trump.
yes.
Everything she helped that man get in office, and she promoted him all the way down the line. So I
Yep.
don't know. You could look at it a couple of different ways. Yeah, she got out. She got out, and she resigned. When she came in with she was only worth $700,000.
Hmm.
On her way out the door, she's worth $25 million.
Hmm. Hmm.
You hear what I'm saying? So I don't know if all of that stuff is for the public about the resigning and all. I think that may be smoke and mirrors, that the Republicans are giving her a way out, that she can just slide on out the door and not
Hmm.
look like the enemy to anyone.
Yes. But you know, they should take notes because now everybody that has backed him and drank the Kool-Aid, and then when they woke up, they've been retaliated against. Look at Comey now, James Comey. He sabotaged and deep synced Hillary Clinton's chances for the White House with those
Mm-hmm.
emails and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So now Trump, because he was a Trumper, now Trump is going after him. It's just amazing. And people should sit up and take notice. This man is not loyal to anybody. He just wants whatever you can give him,
He's
whatever
loyal
you're
to
good
himself.
for.
He's loyal to his ego. That's
Yes,
what he's loyal to.
exactly, exactly.
Now,
And
I,
when
I would say he's if you ride or die with him, and if he can get you out, he gets you out.
right.
That's what I could say. But some of the stuff that he was what was that all about? All right. Some of the things
No,
that he
yeah.
or the people that were convicted for or even being accused of was only at the state level. So if he wants to,
Hmm.
parole people or give them a break, it would have to be done at the
Hmm.
federal level. He would not have the right to do anything on a state level. So
Right.
yeah. Yeah. All right. Sounds like we're about at the end of this one here. I
Mhm.
guess we're gonna have to pick this up
Yes.
again. So when can I have you back
Yes.
on? Come back on again.
I'm thinking after the Christmas holiday, before the New Year, wrap it up.
No. Yeah, people looking to see you for real, for real.
Yes, yes, yeah. We could do that, and sum up the year, all the stuff. It's been a real roller coaster, that's for sure.
It sure has been. It's been a ride. It's
Hmm.
been a ride this year. All right.
Yes.
So I'm gonna say thank you, brother, for coming in. And believe me, it is greatly appreciated that you're
Yes.
here. And
Thank
anytime
you.
you come here. Okay. So my
Yes.
man,
Thank
here
you.
you go.
Peace. Yes. Thank you.
Give me your
Thank
flowers while
you.
you're here. Right
Yeah.
on. All right. And thanks everybody else for tuning in. We really appreciate you tuning in to the Empowerment Show. We try to bring you things that we believe that you want to hear. If there's anything that you like to discuss or like to talk about, you can give us a call. You see, we have a number down here, or you can subscribe. Appreciate the subscription. The subscription is free. Follow us and on the Empowerment Network, and you can follow us on YouTube. We have a litany of shows. We have some really good shows. Mental Health Mondays. We got Hanging Out with Anna Lopez. We have your girl all about her business, and believe me, she is all about her business, Mrs. Jr. All right, and when she comes on, the genie's coming out the bottle, and she has a lot to say. Along with Mr. Chris Mathis, he also has a lot to say when you feel like you want to share your life. Uh, on Wednesdays, Tuesdays, the Empowerment Show, you get to look at me. And on Tuesday, it's Stevenson and Yates. So that's when we sit back and we really chop it up about what's going on in politics. So my name is Kendall Stevenson. I hope that this show is informative. And as we say, Ashe, and as my man says, Hotep. Hotep. All right. Peace. And we're out.